Hello, I'm Herald-Press editor Megan Greavy. Here's a look at the Tuesday, February 11th edition of the Herald-Press. In our top story, the Huntington County Commissioners approved two grants for prospective companies coming to or looking to come to Huntington County. One of them, called Project Trident, would be for a, this is not the right story, anyway, would be for a life sciences startup company, and they gave them about $35,000 for a grant. And then there's also Project Debris, which they gave about $28,000 for a grant, which would which is an existing company looking to expand to either Fort Wayne or Huntington. There weren't a lot of other details available because the companies are still kind of in the exploratory phase, but the commissioners liked the grants as opposed to offering tax abatements. And then the two projects, if they both would come, would add about 100 jobs to start out with. So for more on that, check out tomorrow's paper. Also in tomorrow's paper, I went to a swearing-in ceremony this morning for 3 new police officers with the Huntington City Police Department. They were sworn in today, but they still have, they went through a rigorous process to be hired. More than 80 people applied. And then also they still have a little bit of ways to go to, they have to do some work here and go to the police academy before they can be fully ready to go. But yeah, it was exciting for them. So also, today was court day, so we have quite a few court stories, including Dustin Smart, 30, pleaded guilty to burglary, as a Class C felony and agreed to an executed sentence of 8 years. Let's see. Troy Lair, 34, pleaded guilty to burglary as a Class C felony in the Huntington County Circuit Court on Monday, and in exchange for his plea, the state agreed to a sentence of 5 years with no probation. And then Warren Mann pleaded guilty to sexual battery as a Class D felony. That was David DeWeese, who's 28. Let's see. The state for that plea agreed to a cap of 2 years on the initially executed portion of his sentence and a no-contact order with the victim. And then Jack Burnett, 34, pleaded guilty in January to 1 charge of child molestation as a Class A felony and 1 count of sexual misconduct with a minor as a Class B felony, and he was sentenced to a total of 66 years with no probation for those charges. So for more on those stories, check out tomorrow's paper. Also in tomorrow's paper, Tony Thrasher takes a look at how to care for your tires to make sure they last long, especially in weather like this. And then in sports, editor Justin Shockey does a look back at the he talked to the Huntington girls swim team's head coach and talked a little bit about their season. Also in tomorrow's paper, the Huntington Eagles beat Cornerstone 52-32 in preparing for their postseason run. Huntington University basketball, both the men and the women beat Goshen College this past weekend. The women beat Goshen College 95-55 in what was a revenge match from an earlier defeat. And the men beat Goshen College 87-66. So that's a quick look at the Herald-Press for February 11th. We encourage you to pick up a copy.